Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to your bonus tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, welcome. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. This is the best way to support me. So let's dive in, Scorpio. I'm going to start, as always, by picking the general energy of this reading. So this is the energy that's supporting you right now in the present moment. I always start my reading that way. It's very important to me. So, okay. Let's pick one more. Scorpio. Scorpio. What do we have here? First card that flew out of the deck, the King of Swords, and we have the Ten of Pentacles also. Very interesting. So King of Swords to me is definitely the higher level of communication using your mind. So there's definitely something important about the way that you interact with your thoughts. This is what's coming up to me for me right now. And with the Ten of Pentacles, it can be highly connected to ending some type of ancestral pattern. So let's say you've noticed that the people before you, parents, grandparents, ancestors, they always did the same thing over and over again. It could have been unhealthy behavior, some type of toxic behavior. I don't know what it is, but it feels like you're the first one in many, many generations to have some type of awareness around something, to have some type of achievement, achieving something very important to you. But it all starts in the mind. It starts with the power of your mind. So I'm very curious to do this reading. I'm very excited to see what this is all about. Scorpio. Wow. If you have Pisces in your chart, Scorpio, definitely watch the Pisces reading also. Very interesting. Very interesting. So the Queen of Pentacles to me is the deepest self-care card in the tarot. This is very much rooted in self-care and how we are able to check in with ourselves and give ourselves that love. There's something here that, again, comes from the people before you, healing some type of relationship. It can be a relationship with your mother, a mother figure, or acceptance around a relationship that will never be what you wished it would have been. Because, we have the Wish card here and we have the Five of Wands in the reverse, which to me, this card in the reverse speaks a lot about reconciliation around matters of the heart, conflicts of the heart, and celebrating that accomplishment. So either you are kind of in the road to reconciliation with a very important person in your life. Again, can be a parent or someone that you love very, very much. But it can also be reconnecting with yourself and, again, accepting something around a relationship that was never what you hoped it would have been. A lot of wisdom in your energy, Scorpio, and I like to feel this peaceful energy around you. Something that was very heavy on your heart, something that created an inner battle for years, and something that still to this day can be very triggering for you, is changing. As you are changing, evolving, and growing, there's something that's just transforming with you. And again, it's very connected to your heart chakra. And it's something to celebrate, something to be very proud of. I like that. You are accepting something that you cannot change, and I'm not here to preach. I hate sounding preachy, which I know I sound preachy most of the time. It's just the way I express myself. But there's definitely something around that, finding peace in your heart around something that you cannot change. Another person, how they treated you, or the past also. You're very much focused on, okay, what's next? Now that I have awareness around that, now that my heart is at peace, what's next for me? It feels like nothing can stop you now that your mind is clear. Your heart is at peace. I like that. Again, it makes me really happy to see that for you, Scorpio. What do we need to know, Scorpio? Okay, we have 2 cards here. King of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and 2 of Cups. So already we have the Queen and King of Pentacles together. A symbol of you growing so much, learning, evolving, and getting to the next level of something. I don't know. Of course, it's not everyone in this world who had a difficult relationship with their parents. So I don't want to make this reading about that. I don't want to make this a therapy session. But there's a lot of healing around the relationship with the people who took care of you. Understanding that they were also kids, or kind of understanding something about them, kind of this haha moment. I don't know, maybe you're celebrating a birthday, you know, the age that your parents were when they had you, or when they, you know, got divorced, or I don't know what it is. It's like you experiencing something and a lot of awareness coming out of that, and a lot of healing also. It's helping you move forward. Not only it's helping you see the beauty in yourself, it's helping you love parts of yourself that have been so freaking hard to love. How your brain was, you know, triggering you and saying so much bullshit, especially around this situation I'm talking about. A lot of healing, like truly, truly loving yourself in ways that, again, in the past, I don't think it was ready yet to be accessed, this part of you. 3 of Wands, moving forward, taking a leap of faith. The 3 of Wands to me is the leap of faith. It's never been the Fool card, because you know the Fool card in the tarot is highly associated with the leap of faith. People always say that, the traditional version. And to me, the 3 of Wands is the leap of faith. I'm saying yes to myself. I'm taking a chance on something. And you know what? I will learn as I go. I'm not scared to fuck up. I'm not scared to fall. I will get back up, because I've been through much, you know, scarier stuff. I've been through so much, and I've learned so much along the way that now I know how to see the beauty in any painful situation. So you are letting go of fear around taking chances, around saying yes to yourself, saying yes to new opportunities. Nothing can stop you. You're very much aligned with your truth right now, and that's why the King of Swords is here. Your truth, not the truth of the people that were there before you, Scorpio, which is very different. You are aligned with your truth, and not the truth of society or how you were raised or what people were expecting of you. And that's very powerful in my opinion. So by doing that, and by taking some type of chance, I don't know what it's about. It could be around work, around love. It can very much be around saying yes to a new friendship, a new relationship. There's something here in your heart that's changing, because we have the 5 of Wands in the reverse here, and then we have the Leo symbol on this card, which is about the heart space. So you released so much anger, frustration from the past, that now you made space in your heart for something very special to come in. Something that you've been manifesting, something that you've been wishing for. So for some of you, again, it's going to be a relationship. For others, it's going to be opening your first business, relocating, buying your first house, changing apartment, whatever it is. Like, we all have different wish, and there's no, you know, every wish is valid. But there's something very important here that's stepping into your life. I like that. I'm going to clarify more, of course, around this energy I'm feeling. This new person or new energy appearing in your life. I like that. Look at that. We just talked about the Fool. Of course, and it had to show up. So this is the soul of the tarot. This card, when it comes up, to me, it's like infinite possibility. It's like a cheat card. This is how it feels like to me. I always felt like the Fool was just not even included in the story of the tarot, because the tarot is the story of the Fool. You are, as cheesy as it can sound, you are the hero of the story. Again, the decisions that you're making, everything that you do now is rooted from a place of me, your center, making decisions that are what you want to do. Again, being true to yourself, being true to your desires, your dreams, your fantasies. There's something very clear in your mind that you want to achieve. You love, I feel, and I'm a Scorpio rising, I highly connect with the Scorpio energy. I think that one of the beautiful thing about Scorpios is that you're not scared to dream big. And a lot of people sometimes kind of not laugh at you for that, but finds it a little bit maybe uncomfortable. Maybe it's confronting them with their own fear around hoping, wishing, having their hopes high. I love this dreamer side about you. And to me, it definitely proves that there's infinite possibility when you are a Scorpio, to what you can achieve and what you can create and how you can change the game, literally. So I like that about you, and I feel like now it's showing up in your life more than ever. You could very much be in a process of creation right now, creating some type of project that is very personal to you that eventually maybe you want to share with the world. I don't know what it is exactly. It's very close to your heart, and again, it's rooted in love. It's not rooted in ego. You're not doing things to prove yourself. You don't care. You know who you are. You know your value, and you know, again, how you can change the game. So if you've been thinking about putting out a project, if you've been working hard on something, you're going to be taking that leap and you're going to be saying yes to yourself. And this is going to bring so much abundance your way. It's going to be shocking, but you know it in your heart that it has potential. Look at that. Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands. You're going to fight for whatever you want. Another card that's rooted in the heart space. Look at that. This person doesn't even wear the same freaking shoe. They don't care what other people want from them. They don't care how it looks like. They have their own way of doing things, and they will fight for whatever they believe in and love. And this is it. This is your Ace of Cups. So again, for some of you, this is going to be meeting a new person. But for many other Scorpio out there, this is going to be rooted in creation. Your cup is overflowing right now because you're able to, again, give so much love to yourself. That real love, not that fake shit. That real love. And now your cup is overflowing. So what's happening? You want to share that with the world. You have so much to share with the world about your experience, you know, everything that you learned along the way, all the tools you created. Now you're going to be sharing that with other people, and it's going to be very, very successful. And I like that. And you already know it. Not only because your intuition is on point, but because you know in your heart that since this thing that you're giving birth to, quote unquote, is so precious to you, it's going to mean something to other people. The right people will find you. The right people will find this project or this thing that you're bringing into this world. Right now, again, I feel like the most important thing is your intention around how you're creating, much more than the little details. And that's an important message for someone out there. Don't get too caught up in the details. It's good to be organized, but the most important thing is your intention behind this project, new energy, new beginning that you're about to, start. Your intentions. So always going back to the why. Why am I doing this? How do I want to serve? How do I want to help other people? How do I want this project, this creative thing, or this, I don't know, whatever it is, how do I want it to impact people? How do I want it to be received? What type of people do I want around? I feel like there's so many good questions that you're asking yourself. And it feels like you're telling yourself, I'm going to take care of the details later. I want this thing to start now. I want to take a chance on it. It might not be perfect, and parts of me might not be totally ready. I'm going to learn as I go. So there's a very intuitive process to whatever you're doing right now, Scorpio. I'm obsessed with that reading. If you connect with everything I just said, listen, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Let's pick more cards. I want to know more about this Two of Cups, this new energy, Eight of Wands, Seven of Swords. Okay, so Eight of Wands is such a mysterious card because you don't know where the you don't know where the freaking arrows are going. And I'm thinking about the traditional version of this card, which I know it can be about communication, Cupid's arrow, this fast moving energy, the swiftness, but we don't know where the arrows are going. Again, I don't think you know exactly where you're going to be at the end of the road. The process is very intuitive, learning as you go, going with the flow, but still knowing in your heart that you have what it takes. You're very much secure when it comes to your mind and your knowledge and your wisdom. And that's very powerful. And also you're very grounded, doing things for the right reason, being very careful with your intentions again. And with the Seven of Swords, this to me is very much about making sure that when your brain, your ego is telling you that it would be so much easier if you looked like this other person. It would be so much easier if you were as intuitive as this other person. It would be so much easier if you had this, or you looked like that, or you spoke like that. It's not true. What your brain is telling you, it's not necessarily your truth. So the Seven of Swords is like, you're good enough. You have what it takes. Don't need to compare. Don't need to have any regrets or dwell on the past or the shoulda, coulda, woulda type of things. You're exactly where you should be. And you have this unique thing about you that will make any project, any new things you're starting to be very specific to you. And that's why you're going to be attracting a lot of people that look like you, feel the things you're feeling. You could be creating some type of community, definitely. I feel that creativity is definitely at the center of your life right now. There's a lot that you have to share. There's a lot of ideas that you have, and you can't wait but to bring them into the world. Page of Cups, Seven of Wands came in the reverse, and the Eight of Cups. So Seven of Wands came in the upright here, and now it's in the reverse. You're not going to feel like you have to fight to get your idea out there. You're not going to have to fight to get abundance or to get people to respond or to work with you or to appreciate the things that you're creating. And that's very important. I like that. Being at peace with whatever you're creating, being at peace with this Ace of Cups that is kind of showing up in your life. And with the Eight of Cups and the Page of Cups, Very interesting. I've been talking a lot about inner child relationship and healing, and I don't want to get into that too much. But there's something here about that. Releasing something from the past, and it could be fear. I think that fear is definitely something that you've been working on releasing. Letting go of how you want to impress other people, how other people's opinion can really impact you or change your direction. It's like you're releasing all of that. You are focused on having your cup full. Mind, body, soul alignment, your spiritual journey. Definitely a lot of self-care. Again, the Queen of Pentacles, it came in first. It's not a coincidence. This is my card of self-care. And knowing that when you take care of yourself, when you know how to love yourself, it's definitely helping the mind. And I've been reading a lot about that recently. I'm really into psychology. Like I've always been, but even more now that I'm creating my tarot course, because tarot represents the spectrum of just being a human. So it's very interesting to me. And I've been hearing a lot about that. There's a lot of research, and I'm going to link a podcast down below just for the people who are interested in that. A doctor talking about how when you learn to love yourself, when you heal the inner child, anxiety just go away. And how our body is the first thing that needs care when we are anxious. And there's a lot of studies around that. So I'm going to link this podcast below just if ever someone is interested. There was an episode that really spoke to me. That I listened to this morning, actually, it just came out. So there's something about that. The way that you take care of yourself, Scorpio, it's impacting your mind and the clarity of your mind. And that's why the King of Swords is here also. And we have, look at that, the Empress. And the rain is just starting. There's a little rainstorm outside. It's just starting. The Empress, as I am just talking about this self-care, self-love idea with the Queen of Pentacles. There is no combo of card more rooted in self-love than the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. You know, and this is my way of reading. You're being so much nicer to yourself. And you're definitely forgiving yourself for past mistakes and also forgiving others just to be at peace, not necessarily for them. Again, I feel like there's not only healing around you, inner child, and self-love, self-care, but also with your ancestors and your family. And everything that you understand now and how everything is changing within you, it's going to be showing up outside of you, you know? As within, so without. There's something very important about that. Like the energy and the time you've been giving to yourself, it's not only impacting you, it's going to be impacting the world and everyone who's going to be hearing from you, just even having a conversation with you. If you have clients or your community and the people you want to serve with your spiritual practice or whatever you're doing, the work you're doing with yourself, the inner work, Scorpio, it will be impacting everyone. And that's going to be a game changer. It all starts with you and saying yes to yourself. You can be very, very proud of the work you've been doing. And I hope that you're able to give yourself that credit. I think you are. With what I'm seeing, again, if you've watched this whole reading without clicking off and you've been connecting with what I'm saying, Scorpio, listen, you're definitely celebrating yourself right now. And I'm right here with you. We have bring love into the situation. I told you, this is rooted in love. Also very connected to the King of Swords, this Aquarius energy. The way you communicate, the way you do things, it's so rooted in love. It comes from the right place and it will shine through. It will change your life. It will change everything. How you interact, how you receive energy. even how you enjoy abundance and enjoy life, it's just going to change everything, because you've been digging deep and you've been working on the foundation, and now everything is going to be very exciting for you. I love this reading. I'm just so excited for every Scorpio. Bring love into the situation. Again, go back to asking yourself the why. Why? What is the reason I want to share with the world? What is the reason I want to take care of myself and create and bring messages into the world, bring knowledge into the world? Why? What is my reason? What is my goal? How do I want to serve? How do I want to show up in the world? There's definitely a lot to journal and a lot of food for thought around that. So thank you so much, Scorpio, for being here. This was a very profound reading. It's not going to be for everyone. And I am so at peace as a reader that people that hate those types of reading, they're just going to unfollow. And that to me is just, it brings me so much peace to know that the people who connect with the message are going to be subscribing, are going to be interacting, and they're going to use those messages to bring something positive into their life, something good, or something challenging themselves also. It's not just about the good energy. But thank you so much for being here. Again, make sure to subscribe, and I can't wait to speak with you again.